Right, hello and welcome everyone to Phantom Initiative's Ascent III launch. Now, the last launch did have another failed booster, but we did get a payload into orbit successfully after losing communication. If you do keep in touch with our X profile, you will get after mission reports and keep up to date with the latest things and get screenshots of our newest rockets and things like that. So do check out the X in the description and you can follow us on there. So today's launch is just another test payload. It is another simulated payload, just a mass simulator, and today we are hopefully going to land a booster. It is another iteration of the Ascent launch vehicle. As you can see, this time we are testing out some landing legs as well, ready to be able to land back on land eventually once we can clarify we can actually land these booster with the computer system that we are using today. So we are just under T-minus 2 minutes to launch. Once again, once we get around 1 minute, we will do a go no go poll for today's launch, and hopefully we will get a go ahead on the launch without any problems at all. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us today. We are very excited for this one. We are hoping that this booster is going to land. It's perfectly safe in the ocean with a nice soft splashdown and our upper stage successfully into orbit. But we will find out. Here we go for the go no go poll.
Go no go poll. All stations. Network, go. Hold. Propulsion, go.
Okay, so you've seen there was a slight hold there. I don't know what that was for, but everything else seems to be go, so...
Range, go. GNC, go. Safety, go. Recovery, go. Launch director, you have a go for launch. Resume count.
There we go. We had a slight little glitch of a hold, but it seems like everything has been passed through there and we are go for launch. T-minus 20 seconds now. This is a very exciting one today. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ignition, and we are clear of the tower. Look at this puppy go. This is a slightly later launch today, so our booster will be landing within a sunset, which should be quite exciting for you. Remember, excitement is always guaranteed on these flights because we don't know what's going to happen. This is a test vehicle after all, and we don't know what will happen. Yeah, as I was saying, there has been some slight changes to the profile in this version of the Ascent rocket vehicle. The booster is slightly extended with a little bit more leeway for fuel. The second stage had way too much overkill on its fuel, so it was slightly shortened to compensate for the longer booster. And the added landing legs for testing today. Hopefully they will deploy at a certain altitude on descent. So coming up here on stage separation soon. Hopefully the upper stage will boost away from the booster and the booster will start a flip towards retrograde orientation. It isn't going to be trying to land back at the pad or anything today. It is just purely following its arc and landing in the sea. There we go, stage separation. just as you can see the moon rising over there. Now the upper stage will continue its burn to circularize into orbit, while the booster is just on its arc. The next stage in today's flight will be fairing separation, which will see that big nose at the front just open up and reveal the mass simulated payload, which we will not be deploying today. Once this has reached orbit, we will safely deorbit this vehicle. There we go for successful fairing separation there. There was a slight engine cut off for that, just to allow the fairing to separate without damaging the vehicle. You see in the bottom left there's the telemetry for the booster, so you can keep an eye on that. It's still got a little way to go before it gets to its apoapse, but we are still pitched over, burning into orbit hopefully. What we want to see now on the right hand side of the screen is the velocity go to around 2,000 meters per second. That is around where the orbital velocity will be for this upper stage. Now the vehicle will look like it's pitched down towards Kerbin again, but this is just to compensate for vertical speed, so it is trying its best to push as much horizontal speed as possible to raise up that orbit line. As you can see, the computer is compensating constantly with its pitch angle to compensate for the apoapse change. The booster then, the left hand side of the screen, is coming up towards the top of its arc, and it will be orientating itself retrograde. So it's coming in engine first, engine hot. We are very close to actually making it into orbit here with the upper stage. And there we go, Mako. So it has officially made it into orbit. I think there might be a slight problem with the telemetry there, not showing the periapsis, but it does seem to have made it. Now it's time for the booster to come down in its sunset landing, hopefully. Remember, once we get to a certain altitude, the telemetry will switch. The upper stage will go to the left and the booster will go to the right. So keep an eye on that. Just under 5 minutes into flight, and we are on board with the booster, coming back to hopefully do a successful landing today. If this booster does do a successful landing, we're hopefully for the next flight going to be doing a on land landing, so it'll do a slight boost back to the pad and hopefully land around the launch site. Now, it won't be long till you start seeing heating effects come up on the booster. This is where it's under the most pressure of heat. The telemetry has swapped. Engines have initiated just to make sure they are ready to burn for this landing burn. You're coming in quite hot at 1200 meters per second here, just around 26 kilometers up. Here we are, we're seeing the heating effects right here. Coming down to 10 kilometers. There goes our landing burn. Now the throttle will be constantly adjusting to make sure we use the least amount of fuel possible and get a nice soft landing into the ocean here. Just over a kilometer up. Everything's looking good. There we go, landing legs have deployed. This is looking really good here. 40 meters per second. And there we have it. We have had a successful booster landing in the sea there. What a lovely splashdown that was. The first Ascent rocket booster to have landed, and it was fantastic. Look at that. And there we go, we have got the telemetry back there on the orbit. It is 100 kilometers apoapsis and 73 periaps. Now it will be coasting to the apoapsis again to do a slight circular burn, but we aren't going to be doing that today. We're going to be cancelling that, and we are going to be deorbiting this stage as it was just a test vehicle. So there we go. Thank you very much everyone for watching today. If you do want to check out the X, the description is down below for more details and behind the scenes into Phantom Initiative. If you do want to become a customer and have a payload for us to launch, we are more than welcome.